It's just too much for an old man.
Yeah. Doing 5 or 6 different shows is too
5 or
much.
6 different shows. I go, which one are we doing this time? Is it a comedy
Do
one?
5 or
Is
6
it
different shows a day.
a day? Yeah, you do it. I don't know how you do it. But,
Night Penny.
good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, everybody. How are you all out there? Nice to see you all in the chat. The usual suspects. Which one of you is Gabriel Byrne, if it's the usual suspects? Who is it doesn't like that movie? Is it you?
No, I love that movie.
I love that movie. There's somebody we know hates I think is it Talks?
Could be.
Hates the usual suspects. What couldn't you like about the usual suspects? It's great.
It's one of the best movies of the 90s.
It is absolutely fabulous. Of course, I'd figured it out long before the end.
Really? I live in Queens. You got a team of monkeys working around the clock on that?
Speak English.
Benicio del Toro was great in that. I flip you. Flip you for real.
Speak English. What am I? I'm speaking English. Gonna flip you.
Yep.
Great movie. Oh, great movie, yes.
And it didn't matter that it had a twist ending. It was still rewatchable over and over and over.
Yeah, it was the journey that counted in that one. It was, I mean, we used to get movies like that. That was the same year LA Confidential was out. I mean, look at the quality of these movies.
Well, and I was watching the Force of Light gals. They watched Goodwill Hunting is one of the videos I watched that they reviewed. And what was the other one? It was
I prefer Goodwill.
It was another movie that you just wouldn't see made today. Scent of a Woman.
Scent of a Woman. Hoorah.
Yeah. One of the greatest performances ever by Al Pacino, and you just would not see that movie made today.
Or one of the greatest pieces of scenery chewing ever done by Al Pacino.
Yeah. It was good. But we're a hockey and bourbon show.
We are. In movies, obviously, well, wasn't it an anniversary of Slapshot recently? So
yeah.
So yeah, but it's a hockey and bourbon. What bourbon? No, you've got something special tonight.
Yeah, I picked up a bottle this morning. I unfortunately got to the store too late to get a new bottle of Stag, but I was able to get an Old Forester single barrel strength.
Yeah.
At 130.1 proof.
I've heard you're quite keen on the Old Forester, but I'm not sure how he feels about it.
Yeah.
So 100, did you say 140 proof?
130.1.
30.1.
So that translates to 65.05% alcohol by volume.
So I'm looking forward, everybody, to watching Brahma slipping down the screen this night.
I'm only having one of this. I've got to get on with Zach's after this, and I've got to wake up and do a show in the morning. So we're not going hard tonight. Saturday night's too hard for me to drink a ton, because Sunday morning comes quick to do the church thing and then do my show. I
don't know how you do it.
It's early.
So hail to Tim, hail Smokey, hail Krimlon. Penny is saying good night, so good night to you, Penny. I take it that means you were popping in briefly. Mike DiCarlo, good to see you. Darren
that is still burning.
Oh, hey.
It's burning bad.
A hunk of burning love. Well, I'm finishing the dregs tonight. I was looking at the bottles that were almost empty. So I'm just
Elijah.
I'm finishing the Elijah. And then I might finish this Redwood Empire. Because that's about all that's
Yeah.
left in it. So
Yeah, it's a good one.
it is. I have to get rid of some bottles to make way for new ones. Not that I'll be able to buy American ones, of course.
Because
No.
they're throwing a fit still. Yeah,
Oh
my
yeah, all in the
I'll be
supermarkets
going to
every
this one after.
early times. Yeah, that's it's you on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Mark D the C is here. Let's go. Rangers. Rangers had some terrible results
I
recently and
think the
lost some
Rangers
players.
I think the Rangers just announced that they're sellers for this season. I don't know that that trade officially says they're sellers, but I don't think that they have a lot of faith at the moment that
Well,
they're
we should take a look at
going to
that.
go into the playoffs because we had a trade today.
We did.
The Avs
Let's
kicking off
see.
the trading once again, just like before the Four Nations.
So let's pull that up here. I have it on. Let's because you can tell me what this was all about. So Rangers are obviously fire sale mode because they're terrible right now. How many goals did they lose the other night? 17 in some game. I don't know.
I don't know. It was
I thought it was close.
they've been having trouble.
But anyway, so what's who got the better of this deal?
I think each team got something that each team needed.
Yeah.
Lindgren coming over obviously is a big body that is willing to do some hitting. We need that in the playoffs. Um, and he's a defensive defenseman. So with all of our offensive defensemen, you can probably pair him with one of them, and he'll stay home and hopefully play much better than he has this year because he's been
Hmm.
pretty atrocious this year. Um, yeah, Rangers fans have been begging to get rid of Lindgren,
Mm-hmm.
but he plays hard. He's a big guy. He will hit. He will enforce, and they're keeping half of his salary. So we're getting him as a rental for like what 2.25 million for the rest of the season, something like that.
Yeah.
So not a bad
Was it
deal.
was he an RFA? Must,
Yeah,
yeah.
unrestricted free agent. Actually, I
Oh, he's
think
a
so.
UFA, right?
Yeah. And then we sent back what's his name, Parsonen, who we had just picked up earlier in the season when we made the trades to get Wedgwood to shore up our goalies. And I think he will probably fit in just fine on the Rangers. I just that's why I'm not sure that it is them going into fire
Let's
sale
have a
mode
quick look at this.
because each team got something that they needed to address. So Rangers get rid of Lindgren. Um, they get Parson, and each team needed those
Found the bit.
pieces
Yeah, found the Lindgren VC Avalanche. So why did Mark might be able to answer this? Why did they want to get rid of Lindgren? Given he
because his
seemed
play's
to,
gone so far downhill. I mean, he's
right?
been absolutely atrocious this year after being pretty good 2 or 3 years ago. He's just not looked good. But that
This
could
what's
also
out.
be because the Rangers are pretty dysfunctional right now.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
From being the President's Trophy winners last year to where they're at now, there's something not quite right there.
Something rotten in the state of New York.
Yeah,
Quite a lot of things, really.
most of New York, yeah.
Yeah. So, so you're quite happy with this as an Avs fan?
We'll see if Lindgren can actually get back to form. I mean, he's only 26. If he doesn't get back to form, then he was a rental, and who cares? Because we won't need to sign him. But yeah, he's playing
So,
like a much older man than he is because of the way he plays. Mark's kind of addressing it. He sacrifices his body, and
mm,
he will play with any injury at any time. I mean,
so
and the only time he sits out a game is if it's got to be a real injury, like spleen burst, that kind of thing.
decapitation. Well,
Yeah.
the kind of thing that puts Mark Stone out for a few weeks.
Yeah. He's one of
So,
those guys that he's a hard working player.
yeah.
So
So, where will he fit in the third defense pairing or
I would think third or
top four?
fourth.
Third of
You might put him. Uh, yeah. I mean, I would think third defense pairing is the most likely place, and you could either put him with, say, Sam Gerard and have Gerard continue to play kind of offensively and be the little speedy guy,
Yeah.
but have some size backing him up, or you could throw him, say, in a pairing with Josh Manson and just kind of have a Bash Brothers type line. Both of those guys will hit
Mm.
and hit hard and stand up to just about anybody on the ice. So that's
Okay, nice.
assuming Manson can stay injury free for the rest of the season. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's interesting to see a few trades today. One that interested me, and I was very disappointed because there was a lot of talk about Seth Jones possibly coming to Dallas, and we really could have used him as our defense is it's depleted. You know,
Well, his
pretty
brother's
depleted.
probably available still. I don't know where he went. I mean,
But so there was a lot of talk of him coming to Dallas, which would have been just ideal for us because we lost Miro, we lost Lundqvist, Bischel is out with concussion right now, and we're playing Dumba, which is the equivalent of 2 defenders down. So,
now is
so
Heiskanen, is he out for till the playoffs or is he out for the
I,
year?
they're trying to make encouraging noises. I don't think you'll see the playoffs.
Okay.
I think he's out for the year. That they're not saying that. I think that's the case.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went to the Panthers. I mean, he wanted out. He was going one way or another. It's just where. Going to the Panthers, which is a pretty big pickup for them. That's a pretty solid pickup.
Yeah.
And there was some retention. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
all it cost him was a
Spencer,
goalie and a first round pick
Spencer
conditional
Knight. Yeah. So I think it's a pretty good deal for the
for
Panthers,
Florida.
really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disappointed from a Stars perspective. And there was another one, which was Nyquist. Um, I think, yeah, he went to the Wild.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And I think
so be
that's the
it.
Wild just saying, right now we're in a good position or a semi safe position, and we haven't been playing very well lately. So we need to shake some things up
Yeah, he's a pretty good
because this
player.
isn't a major acquisition. I mean, it's just kind of it's a player
Doesn't,
swap type thing, or
yeah, it
it's not
doesn't
even a
move.
player swap. It was just a pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't really move
They
the
just sent him a
needle.
pick.
Yeah, he's okay. He just doesn't move the needle a huge amount, but he's
Yeah,
okay.
and
But
he's
yeah,
getting up
so
there in age.
he is. Just I remember when he was a rookie. So,
Yeah,
oh my God, he's getting up there. He was a rookie not that long ago. When I was starting to go into games, he was a rookie. So who's left?
oh, there's a few.
Yeah, so there's Gibson, Nelson, Provorov, Brock Nelson. Yeah, I hear a lot of rumblings there.
Yeah,
Watching the Vancouver game, didn't he used to play for them? Or I'm thinking of somebody else. I know
I
he's
don't
an
remember.
Islander. Yeah. So, but I don't know if there's any major league defenders out there, which is what we need. Gibson,
Yeah, I'm not sure on defense,
Justin Wolf, Forsberg, David Rittick. Provorov. So Columbus Blue Jackets, Provorov.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
it depends on if they're going to try to re-sign him. Because is he wanting out? Because most players in Columbus seem pretty happy to be there, and they're actually playing pretty well right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
I don't
fighting for a spot against the Red Wings,
think he
essentially.
want. Yeah, I don't think he wants out. I think it's if the offer was right, they'd take it. But so Savard's more likely. He might move.
Yeah, and he's a right shot.
Yeah. So that's probably the fallback player that Dallas might go for if that works out is a Savard. I'd rather have a Jones, but so be it. I've even heard talk of Gudis coming to Dallas, which would suit our normal our operating thing of aging, broken down defenders.
Yeah.
High kind of high cost. But you know what? He's pretty solid. Hits like a bugger, and yeah, it's a defensive defender, of course. But,
Yeah, stay at
so
home.
there's a few guys out there.
Yeah.
But
Mike is saying the Leafs are looking at trying to get Braden Shin. I think that's likely at this point, honestly. And
I think so. Yeah,
I think Buffalo is going to be selling off a whole lot, and I think O'Reilly's going to be moving. I think
looks like
if
it.
Marchand is not actually injured, I think you may see him move.
Yeah.
And I've still been predicting that he would maybe come to the Avs. I honestly don't think that the Crosby thing is going to happen. I know
No.
everybody in the NHL seems to think it should happen, but I don't think he's willing to leave Pittsburgh.
So Ryan O'Reilly must be a UFA. Oh no, he's 2 years remaining. Sorry, he's RF. He's not even an
Yeah, but
RFA.
Nashville, I think he's done with Nashville. Hey, Culture.
Yeah. Hey, Culture. Good to see you, mate. So anyway, it's an exciting week, almost kind of. All the deals are usually done by the deadline day, and you get nothing on that day. So we shall see. We shall see.
Trade deadline's next Friday, I believe.
Friday, yeah.
So we've got 6 days. Should be a whole lot happening real quick.
Yeah, I got a list of all the RFAs and UFAs that but it's quite hard to read. There's about 75 of them, I think, 77. Obviously, there's the usual ones that nobody's heard of.
Yeah, there's a few people just moving because of contracts.
Yeah, so some of those will disappear. James Reimer. Samsonov is a UFA. Jonathan Quick, remember him?
Yeah.
Vanacek.
Hiding behind Igor right now, I think, isn't
he? Yeah. Gorgiev.
San Jose may be the only team willing to keep Georgiev.
He might come back. You never know. You might get him back. Jake Ottinger's an RFA, funnily enough, but I think he'll be staying.
Restricted? Yeah, they're going to keep him.
Yeah, I think so. He's pretty. It'll be fairly cost effective. Jim Dill likes cost effective. So
I think
anyway,
Culture's mad that you don't have him as a wrench.
I don't.
Apparently not.
Sorry. Well, I'm sure we can fix that. Yeah, I'm almost at 2K. I'm creeping up there. I'm at 1942, I think. Let me see. Add as moderator. There you go. Should I make him a standard or a managing moderator? How much is it worth? I'll make him a managing moderator. Okay, there's two different types.
I wouldn't give him that power.
He's got it now. So it's a band for you and a band for you and a band for you. Welcome to Cultural. Welcome, your Muslim uncle. I've actually got a clip that you sent me on Twitter of slightly older. I think it's 2023 Battle of Alberta, Donnybrook, as you called it, with two teams going at it. We'll play that later. When I was born, long time ago.
Ryan saying he thinks the Stars could be looking at trying to take Bo Byram. I believe Byram is definitely most likely one of the most likely players on the Sabres to be on the move.
It's possible. Yeah,
I think the Sabres are just going to be doing a fire sale, a full fire sale.
We'll take Tage Thompson.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting rid of Tage. I think that's what they build the whole team around at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to be looking for someone that's fairly cost effective. That's Jim Nill's way. He's not going to give up any of our rookies or studs. So.
Well, Byram would be a younger defenseman, completely the opposite of what you guys usually go for.
I know. he's still got two legs.
Yeah. He just has a head that doesn't work anymore because he's had so many concussions.
No, yeah, if your Muslim uncle is here, I might try and find this clip, so forgive me. Now, this is on an Instagram, so it's a weird one to look at, but it's, let me see if I can pause it, but it's, I think this was from 2023. and because he's here, we'll play it for him now. And it's got a goalie fight and everything in it. So hang on, I'll have to try and blow it up a bit, as they say. So there's some real. This is a real Battle of Alberta fun game.
And now Talbot lands a couple of shots on Gagne.
Yeah, there's history. There's history between
Gagne
Giordano and
goes
Gagne.
after Mark Giordano and hit him twice, and now he's being held from behind, and now we've got a wild scrum with fights breaking out all over the place. Mangiapane and Jason. Giordano has Gagne wrapped up, and Matthew Tkachuk and Ethan Bear are going to drop the gloves. Bear belts him with the right hand. Tkachuk counters with a straight right. Right hook, Ethan Bear. Left jab, Matthew Tkachuk. And now we're going to have a goalie fight. Bear throws a right hand. Here comes Cam Talbot and Mike Smith. They're going to go at center ice. Talbot short with a right hand. Smith, three clubbing right hands. Right hand Talbot. Big right-handed shot from Mike Smith. This is the Battle of Alberta we've been waiting for 3 decades.
So that's, thank you for reminding me of that one, your Muslim uncle. That was fun. Alberta is the best part of Canada. We all know it. So. There's no holding.
That was
back.
A good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, love it. Nice Battle of Alberta. Thank you, your Muslim uncle. So let's take. There are lots of games today. It's funny the Stars didn't play today. They've been playing Saturdays all the time, but not today.
Yeah, the Avs were off too. They're off until Tuesday, so I think some teams are finally going to catch up with us on the games in hand, which is nice because we've been like 3 or 4 games ahead of everybody all season long. It'd be nice to know where we actually stand. But them having this many games today was just the NHL being absolutely stupid again. I mean, you got your outdoor stadium series game today. Let's sandwich it with 13 other games or whatever it is. It's like,
just devalue it.
Why do you not highlight what you guys think is an actual winning product for you and instead throw it out there with everything else?
It was the second best attended outdoor game in history.
Yeah.
So, it was worth something. But it's like, I didn't even realize it was on until later in the day. Oh, that was an outdoor game.
I only knew about it because my daughter is a 21 Pilots fan and they were doing the intermission concert. So.
Never heard of them.
You've more than likely heard some of their songs.
Probably just wouldn't know it was them. But it's because it was the thing that the most attended one was the Winter Classic in Ann Arbor, Red Wings. So this one was a little bit less, but still right up there. So apparently it was good.
Well, I mean, fan bases are close enough to travel to that.
So anyway, scores today. Blackhawks 3, Ducks 2, so Battle of the Basement. Hawks now without Jones, so God knows who's playing.
Yeah.
Have we got any defenders? Like, you go over there. You kick guy, come here. You're out.
Yeah, let's get the E-Bug. Get him on. Get him out of his goalie gear and onto skates.
Yeah. The one I'm watching over there is the Vancouver Kraken game, and the Canucks do have something to play for from a playoff perspective. They're currently losing 4-3 though.
Yep, and that's a high-scoring game in the second.
It is. It's still just about.
I mean, it's almost done with the second, but that's 7 goals.
7 goals is pretty exciting stuff. Islanders 7, Preds 4. Can't argue with that. That's fair enough.
The Predators players are starting to get upset.
Yeah.
I can't remember whose quote I saw, but he was like, I have never seen this many players completely unable to score a single goal.
Like, they got 4.
Well, I don't think it was from today, but it's like we all thought that they were going to be a powerhouse this year, and even all the players now are just kind of looking at it going, what the hell?
Yeah, that's right. So Ryan
And
isn't mentioning the goalie goal, which we do have a clip of.
Yep, we do have that clip. So
We do.
One of the weirder goalie goals you'll ever see, because the goalie
was.
doesn't do anything to score the goalie goal.
He didn't try. It's just actually we'll
All
show
he
it
did
now.
was save a shot.
Might as well show it now.
Yeah.
So, oh, where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. Ilya Sorokin goalie goal. So let me
So
just pause
Sorokin
this.
saves it to the corner.
Make sure we've got a little bit of volume, but not. Yeah, so here we go. This is the sequence.
Back rebounds there.
Saves it.
Chance doesn't go for Novak.
Stamkos decides to pass it, and I'm shocked that it had enough speed to get there. But so Stamkos scores on his own empty net, but the goalie is the last person to touch the puck. So it goes.
Yep.
The goal goes to the last person from the other team that touched it. So
it is one of the
goalie
strangest
goal,
ones
unconventional. Yeah.
Stamkos did him a favor. Maybe there was a deal. I don't know. They were losing the game anyway.
Did you hear what Sorokin said after?
I didn't.
He said, "I always knew I would get one before Igor did."
Well, he's actually now got more goals than 4 Dallas Stars players, so that's and they're not goalies. So yeah, a good one on his part. We always love a goalie goal in this show.
We've been able to show what 4 or 5 this year.
Oh yeah,
I mean, not all in the NHL, of course, but
yeah. So Lightning 3, Caps 1, but guess who got the Caps goal?
Yep, down to 11.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna make it. He's definitely gonna make it.
Yeah, historically, March has been his best month, I think.
Yeah,
goal-wise.
he's gonna do it in March. I think he'll do it in March. Yeah. Panthers 3, Flames zip. Fine.
That was Bobrovsky helping me out with another shutout.
Actually,
I damn near got 2 today.
I do have him in a different league, but not in our, obviously in our league. But,
I've been hesitant about playing him because he is a good goalie and they are winning a lot of games, but he's also been prone to letting in a lot of goals and hurting my save percentage. So.
Yeah. Well, that kills me. The save percentages and goals against average are killing me.
Yeah.
Bruins 3, Penguins 2. I think Marchand, is that the game Marchand went off?
Yeah, he got injured early today. I don't know how bad of an injury it is. He just didn't come back in the game.
This is it here, I think.
Look at it, Joseph coming in against Marchand there, and
I don't think Joseph did anything untoward. It was just awkward.
Yeah, and he went in sideways. So if anything, maybe a shoulder or an elbow.
Yeah. It's at times like that you realize how short Marchand is.
Oh yeah, he's tiny.
Yeah. I mean,
he really didn't even hit him. He kind of just skated up, and
Joseph just skated into him. He didn't hit him. Didn't even.
He pulled up even.
Yeah, Marchand was struggling already. I think he was kind of heading down towards his knees already, almost.
Well, it may have been the stick in his skates.
But... Yeah, the stick. Somebody did show up from behind, and there was a stick.
Yeah, I mean, he pushes it. If you watch, he literally pushes his skate out. So that's what it is, a trip.
Behind, you see
he doesn't.
When you,
yeah, from that view from behind, you see him put the stick on his left skate and push his leg completely out. So he's almost doing the splits as he goes into the boards.
He is.
So it could be a hamstring or something too.
Strike one for Joseph.
So,
Chief Joseph. But Marchand wasn't blameless in that game. I think he had a pretty bad hit on somebody else.
Right, but although Joseph didn't board him, Joseph did cause that.
Yeah. Sorry, I got the wrong one. I've got an old Marchand hit.
Yeah.
Ouch. Not the same game. Anyway. So Marchand, do you think, still could be on the move? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'd find it
It
very
depends
hard
on.
to cheer for him.
Well, I mean, the question is, do they want to move him? Does he want to move? I mean, he's played his whole career there, hasn't he? So, and he may want to try to be a Bruin for life. But he's getting older. At this point, it's either they give him his final contract and make him a Bruin for life, or they've got to get rid of him before the deadline. If they're not willing to put him on a contract that takes him through the end of his career, then you got to get something for him this year. Because
like one of these Alfredson things where he plays for the Sens all his life and then you send him to the Red Wings for 1 year.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Or Ray Bork.
Yeah, Ray Bork. But it would be the weirdest thing to have to cheer for him if he joined your team.
I don't know. He kind of changed my mind on him a little bit during the Four Nations. And
he's a
dude's
funny
got
guy.
personality. He's funny.
Oh, God, yeah.
He seems like a really nice guy, except for when you're playing him.
Hell, if I could cheer for Corey Perry when he joined the Stars, I could cheer for Marchand.
Right.
But yeah, that outdoor game ended 5-3 to the Jackets. Pretty good performance by them, I believe. Lots of good.
That is their first win in an outdoor game.
Wow.
They had never won one.
And they've been in a few, I guess.
I think so.
I mean, there are teams probably have not been in one.
We've only had one that I can think of.
We've only had one. So.
Maybe two. I think we had one over at Coors Field, and then we had the one at the Air Force Academy.
Yeah. As Mark D with the C says, Igor's been trying for years to score. He never will. Yeah. If you try, it never happens if you try. He's like a teenager trying to score for years.
Especially when you're just trying to squeak out wins at this point.
That's right. He's just trying to get out without losing 6 goals in a period. Habs, I think that's like their 5th game in a row, 5th win in a row, something like that. 4-2 against the Sabres. I think I've got a really nice goal from that game, actually. I'm just playing these as we go through the games. It's
I guess.
Or was this an older game? No, that's a different game because I'll come back to that. That was a Cole Caulfield goal from a San Jose game. Sharks 3, Senators 5, so no real surprise there. Oilers broke a 5-game losing streak, which we were all enjoying.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable.
I was fine with it.
Exactly. There's no need to break that. Just keep going. So they beat the Hurricanes 3-1. If WG's around, he'll be disappointed about that. However, I did see... I gotta show you this. No, wrong one. Hang on. This is the one. So this was seen in gotta show you this.
Oh, so, the McDavid's. Yeah.
So McDonald's in Edmonton is being renamed McDavid's to celebrate his golden goal from the Four Nations. But I do like
comment's the best part, though.
The comment. I assume the drinks don't come with cups.
Yep. Nice and witty.
Oh, nice. That is so funny. Well played. Well played, that man. Oh, and because they're trying to parse it underneath. Oh, well, he did win a cup with that goal. Well, not the cup, though. The cup.
Yeah, not a cup that matters. I mean...
Anyway, they won today. First time in 6 games. Flyers 2, Jets 1, and unfortunately that was a shootout win, so the Jets get a point.
Yeah, and that was almost my second shutout of the day. I mean, I got a loss out of it out of Hellebuck, but he had held it to 0 for quite a while.
Yeah, there were some controversy in that game. With there was a big hit, which Tortorella wasn't too happy with. We'll show that later. I won't show it right now. But, or was it that game? Or was I thinking?
I think it was earlier in the week.
Earlier in the week. I thought it was today. I
The
confused.
interference call.
Yeah.
That Torts thought should have been a 5-minute.
Yeah, it was a 2, and he was getting awful upset. Poor guy. Blues apparently winning some games. 1-4-1 today against the Kings. Well, the Kings got absolutely, which we'll talk about in a minute, they got absolutely reamed by the Stars yesterday. So, for a team that's built on defense, they've lost a few goals in the last few days.
Yeah.
Not looking. I mean, that's the team you maybe want to get in the playoffs. Then the Kings, first round of the playoffs.
Wouldn't be a bad
Devils, yeah, Devils 3, Utah Hockey Club 1. Kind of a shame. I'm kind of rooting for Utah to sneak into the last playoff wild card slot.
Every time I look at Utah, all I see is the Coyotes, just in a different building, and I hated the Coyotes.
Well, you're just bigoted then.
Yeah.
You're just a bigot. So that's the end of the second in the Hawks game and end of the second Canucks game. So we'll probably check on those later. Just as we normally do, quick run through the standings. You've got some. I mean, the teams at the top of the Atlantic are just win, 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 win.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the Lightning have won 8 games in a row. Like, wow.
Yeah, that 9-0-1 in the last 10.
I know. I did not realize that. So they're right up there again. Caps are still looking pretty damn good, though. Hurricanes, Devils. So they're the crowded wild card field there. Yeah, still a few teams could poke their nose in there. Look at the Sens, 62 points, but 3.
Remember, it was what?
Yeah.
Right before the Four Nations, I think I said Detroit would be in one of the wild card spots, and they were about 6 points out at that time.
They currently are.
I just don't see any of these teams that are behind or that are under the wild cards. I don't see any of them turning it around anytime soon.
Well,
Boston has not looked good. The Rangers have not looked good. The Islanders not good.
Lost a few
and the Canadians are just too far back.
So it's beginning to look like things are shaping up in both the East and the West. You might see I mean, the Bruins are not great, but they could, they might do something.
Their goal differential says that they don't even belong where they're at.
Yeah. So it's starting to solidify because it looked like it was a real chase on there, but in the West, Winnipeg still inexplicably has 87 points.
Well, not inexplicably. I mean,
just kidding.
You got Hellebuck there. Hellebuck has as many wins as something like 20 of the actual teams this year.
I mean, yeah, plus 72 goal differential. I mean, that's far and above the best. Don't want to face them in the first round of the playoffs.
If I can repeat last year, I'm fine with it.
Right. Stars are on 78. They won 2 out of the 3 road games this week, and then 1 again at home. First time they were played at home in 27 days. Partly, obviously, because of the Four Nations, but convincing win there. So they're still rolling along despite tons of defensive injuries. The Wild, I think that was the same points.
Yeah, we smacked them down yesterday.
Yeah, I think you'll pass them. That's just my feeling.
I think we'll end up in that 3rd spot. Yeah. Yeah, they haven't been playing like they have the rest of the year. They're missing some key players, obviously. And the Avs came out of the Four Nations looking horrible. They lost the first 2 games, Nashville and St. Louis. And then suddenly we've just been smacking everybody around the last couple games. So I think we've won 5-1, 5-2 or something like that in both games. So the scoring has turned back on.
Yeah.
Well, and And the change was Nichushkin came back into the lineup when we got home.
Yeah.
So the last 2 games has been with Nichushkin in the lineup versus when he's not.
Has made a difference. He does make a difference. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, hopefully he can stay clean through the playoffs for once.
Yeah. As Mike is saying, the Leafs have to win the division or it won't be a good first round for them. So, but is it ever a good first round for them?
There's only been one good first round in like the last 20 years
Last
for
20
them.
years, they could be playing the Buffalo Sabres and it still wouldn't be a good first round. I'm sorry, Mike. But just going back to the West. So
Are they going to move Marner, Mike?
Well, yes, there's the thing, Mike. Not that
I think they are moving Marner, but
yeah. Does Barner really do much in the playoffs? He does more than Matthews. I know that much, but
I don't know.
he's not. That's the problem. They're big guys. Don't do it in the playoffs. But yeah, looking at the West is kind of solidifying a bit. Really, you're only fighting. I think you're really realistically only fighting for one second wild card slot.
Yeah,
Canucks, Flames.
Between the Wild and the Avalanche, that first wild card should be pretty much wrapped up.
I think so. Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams kind of fighting for that. I think the Ducks. You'll never see the
And
Ducks.
I don't think any of them are going to be buyers.
Nope.
Because there's none of those teams is guaranteed to do anything. So I don't think they're going to be buyers.
From a purely selfish perspective, I would kind of like to see the Flames make it, as it is the nearest team to me. I hesitate to call them a local team.
Right.
So that would be kind of nice, and you never know, I might even try to go to a game. Hell, what if they ended up playing the Stars, So,
right.
That would be neat. So I'm kind of rooting for the Flames in that one.
And Mike doesn't think Marner's going to move.
No,
his name has been thrown around quite a bit over the past few weeks.
I just don't know how Toronto will be able to continue to keep upping these guys. They've got so much money.
They're all on fairly good deals right now, and the salary cap is going up by $10 million.
Yeah, true. Well, 10 million, Matthews will take that on his own.
In a few years.
And then down at the bottom, and I hate to say it, the San Jose Sharks. I'm still rooting for Sharks. Celebrini, great guy.
Yeah.
Good prospect.
Good rookie.
Good rookie. Rooting for him. Rooting for the Sharks to turn it around one of these days. But there they are. I want them to pass Chicago. But then again, the Sharks probably want the maximum draft pick possibilities. Lottery. Yeah. But there's the Nashville Predators in 30th. Who saw that coming?
Nobody
saw that coming. So, and at the top, the Jets, the Caps, the Stars. Yeah, the Avs just about in the top 10.
Yep. Well, you got a big jumble at that 72-point mark.
You do. So
it's weird because where the points are right now, it doesn't feel like we're coming to the end of the season, because normally it's 100 points pretty much locks up. 104 points locks up a playoff spot. But we've only got a quarter of the season left.
Yeah.
And it just feels like 100 points still looks like a long ways away.
Well, even
but I guess if you're sitting at 75 or higher at the 3/4 mark, then I mean that projects 100.
Oh, I think
it just feels like it's a lot closer than it really. I don't know. End of the year feels like it's coming real quick.
It feels like this season has gone by really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Even with the break.
Yeah, it's rocketed by. So, before we play any more clips or talk about any other newsy things, we will have to show the fantasy. Some guy called Brahma still seems to be dominating this.
Not by as much, though. Well, actually, No.
You went up a bit again.
Yeah, I was down at 104 earlier today.
So you are now every goalie stat you're top on.
Yeah, I may not play another goalie game, except Coach O is right there with me on shutouts. So
Right.
I could lose a point there, but if I don't play my goalies, it would take a miracle for like Mike, he could get me on save percentage,
Yep.
maybe, because we're at like 0.1 apart. But that would mean his goalies have to continue to be fantastic and can't have one slip up.
I think you should stop playing them.
And on the wins category, I'm like 18 ahead of everybody, I think. So, I mean, I don't have to worry about getting more wins. So, yeah, I could hold the goalies out, but they're also the only position that I've got I'm underplayed on.
All right, yeah, I know what you mean. Well, then let's see. I don't know if I can see that on yours.
No, but I could just pull it up and tell you what.
Yeah, how many games?
I think I'm 11 under on goalies. Everything else, I'm like 15 to 22 over.
Yeah, when I look at it, I can see yours. So yeah, 20, you're 20 over in centers, 15 over right wing. You're 14 under in goalies, though. Yeah, 14 under is quite. But you don't.
But I'm leading every category and have the most wins. So
don't play them. It doesn't matter if you're under. You're well over on the rest, though. So you're running out of games. I mean, 24 centers is a couple of weeks of games.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're well ahead. I mean,
I held some people out today, so
yeah.
But the goalie line looked pretty good today. One shutout, one goal allowed.
Yeah, I mean, .969 save percentage even in a loss.
982 for the total
phenomenal.
between the two. Yeah.
You'll take that loss any day.
Especially since it's a shootout loss. I mean, who cares?
So, yeah, you're still looking pretty good. Yeah. I don't see you're necessarily going to lose. I think you're going to win. Mikey's still
starting to
hanging
look
in there,
more
though.
likely. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey's still hanging in there.
Still, his plus minus is just ridiculous.
Yeah. How many games has Mikey played, though? 644. A little less than you. A little less.
Yeah, but not a ton less.
Coach is way up there. 701. Bell 691. Tay 660. I'm only on 607, but my stuff's so pitiful anyway that even if I play another 60 games, I'll never catch anybody.
And I think my daughter has just given up altogether.
Yeah.
She's still playing a team, but she's like, she was telling me today, I just fluctuate from like 36 to 42 points. And then I went in and looked, and she was at like 32 points. I was like, she was like, yeah, I'm cooked. I'm done.
I had actually dropped down to 10th. I was down at 50 or something. I just had the most ridiculously stupid week, and that part of that is that idiot Shesterkin. But I had a terrible week. I've kind of crept up a bit, but it just never. You kind of see that you're never going to get above a certain point. It just you don't have it.
Yeah, I mean, when you start like sorting by each category, and you're like, okay, I'm 30
I'm
down on assists to get a point. I'm 20 goals down to get a point.
Yeah,
plus minus, I would have to go plus 18 every day.
Yeah. What did I get? My goalies today. See, I mean, even if I had Saros, 6 goals lost. Even if Lankinen wins this game that's on right now, he's lost 3 goals already, 4 goals already.
Right.
So, what's the win? Who cares?
Yeah, scroll down slightly. So your combined is a .815 and a 6 goals against average between the two if you average them together.
And I left Elvis out, who actually had a .9.
Who actually did okay.
It happens to me every time. I try, okay, I'm leaving that one out. And that's the one that does well.
It's pretty crazy when you can allow 3 goals and still have a .935 for the day. That's a lot of shots. Yeah, 46 shots.
46 shots. I think it was a stat that he's the first Blue Jackets goalie to have that many shots in a a game or something. There was a stat around that. It's a big number. Maybe it was just outdoor game shots for goalies or something.
Could be outdoor games because 46 and it's a lot of shots, but we've seen teams throw up 50 on certain occasions.
But I do have my sweet prince of hitting, Rado Good 7 hits today. I am top of the hits, and I always will be.
You are that.
I actually have got so many goalies as well. I've got 5 goalies. Because I was so well over on the
and not a goal saved between them.
Not a goal saved between them. It's funny, but anyway, Mikey's still giving it his best shot.
Yeah, he's been hanging right there. He's the only person that's crossed 100 besides me, and he's stayed at 100.
Bell, well done to Bell though. She's top of the PPPs, top of the shots in goal, top of the assists. Well done, Bell. Good for her.
I'm coming after her shots on goal though.
No. I think we should probably at this point have a commercial break while we recharge our glasses.
All right.
Shall we have a commercial break? I think we should.
Did you get the skates?
Yeah, U plus crazy lights, just like you said.
Excellent. Soon the championship will be ours. All ours.
Show your commitment to the game with the U+.
CCM SuperTax AS1 protective gear was designed to give players powerful protection. With impact protection technology from D3O, this is CCM's most powerful and customizable.
What? This stuff is real cool. Oh.
Top NHL plays from...
Hey Alex, why is Backstrom on your life insurance policy?
We're a duo.
A duo?
Yeah, if something happened to me, who is Becky going past to puck to? His power play points might drop. How he will get his assist? What then?
Yeah, what then?
And why is he always here for breakfast?
The last one's my favorite OV commercial.
Picture.
How's he going to get his assist?
Smaller.
Yeah, the wedding picture is smaller.
We've got a few more of those. I'm trying to put them together in packages so they're like a minute and a half. We can have a real commercial break.
Right.
Anyway. Thank you everyone for still being here tonight. You can see all in the chats, chatting away. Good to see you joining us on a Saturday night when you've got other things you could be doing. They would all be shit, of course. This is where you need to be. So that's why you're here.
True enough.
So, what now, my friend?
I guess we'll start with our teams. I will show. I've got 2 clips. One is just a ridiculously great Nathan McKinnon goal that I believe got him to the 90-point mark for the season. Right. Still leading the league in points. And then the other is a controversial thing that I want to get everybody's take on, especially those that have played hockey in the chat. So we'll start with McKinnon's goal, and then I'll show you the controversial call that really kind of pissed me off.
Hand-eye coordination to knock it in. Boom! No high stick below the crossbar.
That one was pretty crazy. Off the back wall, off the net, tracks it down in the air, bats it out, keeps it below the line. So
nice.
Yep. McKinnon ended up having 2 goals in that game, I believe.
So I can see the problem here. You've got ghost players.
Yeah, it is an issue as they transition. Ding. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Both games this week have been kind of crazy where it's been we get to the third and then we've just turned on the afterburners.
Yeah.
Like I think it was the Devils game that we scored 2 in 1 minute to take the lead when we were down by 1 going into the third. So pretty crazy. And then let's find this other one, because I don't agree with this being legal in any way. So let me bring it in and share it. So this happened in the Wild game against us. Skate blade comes off, and the ref is helping him the whole length of the ice.
Yeah, why?
Why?
Why is it the ref's job to help him?
That helps. It's not his job. His job is player safety, and a skate blade coming off of a player is not player safety issue. The play is all the way at our end, where we've got a 5-on-4 because, unfortunately for him, he blew his skate.
Yep.
But why should the ref be cutting the 5-on-shore short? None of his players helped him.
Yes, I absolutely disagree with the ref. He should never have. It's not his job to do that.
It's referee interference.
Business. Yeah, it's not his business.
Yeah, our team was our announced team was absolutely freaking pissed.
Well, you're like,
I mean, they were tweeting it out. One of the former NHL heads of referees basically said, "Well, it's at the referee's discretion whether he thinks it's a safety call or not." It's like, what about how is losing a skate blade
safety call
all the way behind the play a safety issue?
No, it's not. He's no idea what he's doing there.
I've seen a ref like help the last like 2 feet.
Yeah.
You know, but I've never seen a ref push the guy the full length of the ice to get to his bench.
I think it's ridiculous. Absolutely shouldn't be happening. Shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, we were pissed. I was pissed. Everybody's just sitting there like, we've got advantage because they've got an equipment issue. It's not an injury.
Yeah, stop helping them get off so they can get another player on. Yeah.
Exactly, because that probably saved them 5 or 6 seconds of being a man short.
If he's lying prone on the ground with blood pouring out of him, you blow it down. It's not. You don't help the guy.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Weird. I don't get it. It sounds like, or it looks like chat kind of agrees with my take on it and our announcer's take on it. So I've never seen it before, and it absolutely felt like the referee was interfering in the game.
I totally agree. It was ridiculous.
And I haven't seen the NHL address it or say anything about it either. Just a former ref saying, yeah, it's in the rule book. It's not a rule that you have to help him or can't help him. It's basically, to the way he described it was, well, if you don't do anything, then he will just lay there prone on the ice and pretend to be injured. So then you have to blow the whistle for a fake injury. And what do you do then? And it's like, well, then you would penalize him or kick him out of the game for misconduct. Yeah. I mean, it's a skate blade.
But they don't want to do that. They wouldn't want to do that. They don't want to call a guy for faking it.
Right. Ryan, you're saying it happened that a skate blade came off, or that a referee pushed him after the skate blade came off? Because skate blades coming off is not an uncommon thing.
Yeah, we've seen it a bunch
and usually it's your own team helps drag you across or gives you a nice push, and you've got a baby deer walk across the ice. Typically, we have not seen the refs helping a guy.
Yeah,
maybe I'll go search down the clip of that with Donato then, because
we've seen a lot of skate blades coming off, but that's yeah. Unless the refs have been told to do that now.
I would think that would be something that would be announced, because nobody on our team seemed real happy about it. So yeah,
don't blame them. Don't blame them.
I think we're kind of mostly in agreement. All of us are in agreement, but had to show that because it's just like, what are you doing, NHL?
I mean, we've seen some shitty refereeing anyway this year, but some really bizarre crap. But
yeah,
that one's not defendable in any way. No. Oh well, and we all hate the Wild, so that's
Yeah, that didn't help.
Yeah, rest shouldn't help unless it's a serious injury. Yeah, I mean if it's an injury, fine, but that wasn't an injury. He just lost a skate blade. Poor thing.
Yeah, it's like, how often do you see a player snap their stick in half? Do you see the referee go over and grab a stick off the bench for them to play with? No.
Hey, now you've mentioned it, they probably will.
Maybe. Here, I went and retrieved this for you so that you can keep playing.
Bats it down out of the air and puts it to their feet so they can bats the puck out of the air. Well, we have seen some pretty poor refereeing this year.
Yeah.
Anywho, was that all
we
your
won the
stuff?
game? Yeah, I mean, there's
Was
only
that
been.
it? I thought there was more.
I don't typically pull a ton of Av stuff. I figure show a McKinnon goal, the pretty ones, because
so
McKinnon scores so often that it's like, how many more can you do? Yeah.
So I've got a couple of stars ones in. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, we had a great, not older, this is from the game yesterday. We'd beaten New Jersey and the Islanders away. A couple of gritty wins. Did lose to the Blue Jackets in a high scoring game. Then we're back at home playing the Kings. And there's nothing like, this isn't the most exceptional setup. I mean, we ended up winning the game like 6-2 or something. But it's just some neat passing, particularly there's a really neat backhand in this sequence.
2 minutes of a conventional minor, but with 4 minutes, Dumba will see some elongated time. Good tip in front, Duchesne, the perfect setup.
When you slow it down, it looks pretty good.
Kopitar had a chance to get this out along the boards. At least he was in the fight. So was Kempe, who loaded on the wrong side of things. They were late in there. Stars showed a ton of tenacity and
nice backhand pass there.
Spinning backhand, that just zigzag.
And for some reason,
this gets spun
that game last night,
nice work by
we were actually playing hockey, which is weird.
A rarity.
It was a rarity. The passing was superb. Tankerman got 2 goals. I'm so pleased for him because he's struggled to score recently. And everyone was just firing on all cylinders, but very pleased for. There was we had some terrible calls against us. Like total non-penalties. When you see them on the replay, it's like, no, the guy, no, there was no high stick in there, or there was nothing, but they were called against us anyway. So, sweet revenge is to score a shorty, of course, on one of those. There's Sam Steele, very underrated player.
Maybe not here, shorthanded. Steele, a breakaway. Steele scores.
I do love that little guy. He's great.
Down a man, upstairs in the net. A half dozen for Dallas, and it is all smiles.
Good Lord, what a goal. What a terrific defensive play by Ilya Lyubushkin initially, and then scampering up ice, it's Sam Steele.
I love the way he tucks it in above the shoulder with the backhand. Yeah. So well done, Sam Steele.
It was nice.
Yeah. So the goat of fourth line center. But they showed a little clip of Robertson there. And Robertson, at the start of the season, he'd had a foot surgery. He really wasn't doing anything. But since late December, he's on fire. He got a hat trick the other night. He's got like 14 goals in 16 games, tons of assists. So if he'd had that pace first part of the season, now he's kind of got his mojo back. He
Getting back up to a point a game.
Yeah. He would have been a 100-point player this year, but he's on fire, absolutely killing it now. So that's good to see.
Nice.
Yeah. So I keep expecting the collapse, and it never happens. Even though we've got like defenders playing with bodies everywhere out. But hey, well done, the Stars.
Well, I've got a couple of you can't do that.
Oh, good. We always like those.
So this is the Isles. You're about to have a hit from who was it? It was a hit on Poitras.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this one too?
No.
Happened earlier in the week.
Oh no, I do have this. Yeah, sorry, I do have it. Yeah, Poitras hit.
Yeah, you're not allowed to
It's on Nelson. Yeah, on Nelson.
open the door as the guy is hitting him into the door.
That's right.
So that actually was a bench minor, I believe.
It was a 2-minute bench minor. But I want to see it closer again.
Pretty dangerous.
It was.
And it's the freaking backup goalie that's opening the door.
Yeah. Now, if Nelson had been a little bit more accurate, he could have just launched him right through the open door, but he didn't. He caught him on the side.
Yeah, but also, why was it? I don't understand why he was opening the door. Nobody was making a change.
No.
So that's intentional? I mean...
maybe he doesn't like Poitras. I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, that man's sleeping with my wife.
Here's the one that had my daughter crying this week because this is one of her favorite players. Trevor Zegras going straight through the head.
Oh, and he got 3-game suspension. Yeah, it's
3-game suspension.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Trevor Zegras, but because it's my daughter, one of my daughter's top 3 favorite players, I'd never call him by his name. So we went to the Anaheim, Colorado game, and I called him Trevor Zegras the whole night, and it just infuriated her.
Trayvon Seagrass.
And it's straight through the head. And then he was sitting there looking up at the Jumbotron going, nope, no way. This is clean.
The goal
it's like, no, it's not.
Not clean at all. You're a lying piece of shit. Yeah.
Now,
I hate that.
He's another interesting one. Is there a chance Zegras moves at the trade deadline?
Big chance.
Anaheim's not going anywhere. I think he could be moved.
Big chance, I would say, yeah. After his suspension has been served.
Oh, yeah. I think there's only one more game in it. I mean, because that happened at the beginning of the week. So
yeah, it was earlier. By the way, talking to your daughter's favorites, Rempe scored a goal.
I know, she was ecstatic. She wore her Rangers jersey to or sweater to school the next day. I was like, well, the Avs are playing tonight. She was like, yeah, but it's celebration of Rempe's goal.
That's right.
You're supposed to wear the Rangers sweater on the day the Rangers are playing and the Avs sweater on the day the Avs are playing. She was like, but Rempe scored.
Yeah, he scored. And it was
You've got that one?
No, I don't have it. I actually do not have it, which was...
I never found it on Twitter.
I saw a Rempe reference in one of these hits this week, and I can't find it now. It was like, well, this is what Rempe would have done if he was a pro or something.
Well, he had another big hit this week that was being looked at as a possible 5, and they kept it at a 2. So, so he's managed to not get kicked out of a game for quite a few games in a row now.
And it was a pretty good goal he scored. I mean, was it from the blue line almost? It was. So
yeah,
this is not anything like that. I'm going to show this. This is, you might have seen this one. The referee in the college game.
Oh yeah,
it gets worse. It gets worse. It's this hilarious. So this is a little indistinct, but if you listen closely, and let me get up on the screen, you'll hear him talking, and it's funny. I mean, I love it when they do funny shit. It gets worse.
It gets worse. Minor penalty for too many men on the ice.
It gets worse. Because they're the home team, I guess, is why he's saying that. But...
yeah.
So we do give referees a lot of shit, but sometimes they're funny.
Yep. I thought I wasn't sure which referee video clip you were going to bring up. I didn't save the other one. I saw this one, but I couldn't find one that had audio that was clear enough to really hear it. But so the other clip that we could have gone with was there was unfortunately a referee who is standing there. I think it may have actually been a linesman, but guy shoots the puck to clear it straight into his nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Straight
Oh,
into
God.
them.
I never saved that clip and I couldn't find it again.
Yeah, neither could I.
It's
And the
just
announcers
right
were
in the
just like,
nuts.
"Oh, that hit him in the jewels. This may be a couple minutes waiting
wish I
for
could
him
find
to get back up."
That's right. Oh, God. And you know, I thought I'd bookmarked it and I looked for it later and I could not find
Same
it.
with me. I'm wondering
Yeah.
if it just got pulled down or something. But
Maybe, but it was
then there
funny.
was the guy in between the benches, Razor.
Oh, Razor got hit, right? Yeah.
Got hit in the puck and threw out the loudest F-bomb in the history of
Didn't we play
F-bombs
that
on a
last week?
broadcast. No, it happened this week.
All right, yeah, it was. And then the next game, he's up in the top. He did it from up in the top of the top tier, right at the back.
Right, but then they
game.
also the team had delivered a roll of bubble wrap to
Bubble
the
wrap.
spot in between the benches, saying, be careful down here.
So you got hit,
I think I've got the
fouled.
one with. Yeah, I've got it. So we'll just go
Yeah.
ahead and play it because I just went and found it.
I
So
thought that was last week, but yeah, I did see it. But what was funny was him then sitting at the top of the top tier,
hiding.
hiding. Yeah. It's confusing that he's nicknamed Razor because we've got a commentator called Razor.
The puck is dropped and it's Florida. In the opening period. And Razor, the puck is dropped and it's Florida.
Ding.
In the opening period. And Razor
On the live mic. I think that's the only time that you get a pass for dropping the F-bomb. It hit him square in the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we did show it last week. I can't
I
remember.
think we did, but then what happened after was them sitting at the top and the bubble wrap thing. I'm pretty sure we did show it last week.
And that was a rocket.
Either way, we're seeing
matter.
again.
The doctors checking Razor out very quickly. That was close to the eye.
It was close to his eyes.
Yeah. He's got no visor on. They'll be forced to wear a visor soon. Behind the bench.
Yeah,
right.
It apparently was last week, but it was still funny. Worth showing again.
Yeah, I got a funny one, which apparently this is them trialing out a new rule change here, referring in reference to what you can do with goalies.
Christian Dvorak.
Yeah.
He just wrestled to the ground. So apparently this is going to be in the game next year.
Christian Dvorak.
Nice.
Which I think is great. I mean, I'd love to
since
see
none of
this.
us can figure out what goaltender interference is anyway.
Why not just make it real goalie interference? That's that player I can never pronounce his name, Arbor Zekai.
Zakaj.
I can never pronounce that name. I love that. I'd laughed so hard when I saw that. It stops, craps.
This is bad. I poured the early times for my second drink, and after the Old Forester, the early times just taste like absolute crap, and it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite sippers. The Old Forester ruined it for the night.
You've ruined it for yourself. You've ruined it. So we'll show a bit more Habs. We'll show, because we're showing a lot of funny stuff and hits. This is a sweet, sweet goal.
But once this puck hits the stick of Cole Caulfield, he does the rest right between the legs around Macklin Celebrini.
Do it yourself.
Shelf on Alex Georgiev. What a slick move by
Alex Georgiev.
Shocking.
Nice
Who could
goal.
have seen it?
Caulfield is a good player. There's no doubt in it. He kind of undressed Celebrini there as well.
And then goes shelf on Alex Georgiev. What a slick
nice.
move by Caulfield, all in one.
Yeah, Celebrini just kind of gave up on it.
He did kind of give up.
I'm just going to stick my stick out there.
I'm done with this. Yeah, I'm kind of done. Nice one. I got a few more.
Yeah, I've got a couple more.
You got a couple more? Do you want to play one? And I'll.
Sure, I'll bring up another one. This is a just fantastic reverse hit. Casper stuns Radko Gudas. So
which is hard to do. I mean, that's not easy to do.
Let's see if removing it and adding it back in will make it show up. There we go.
Hail to TC Burton, by the way.
Yeah, what's up, TC? Yeah. Is it showing on your end?
That's what she said.
It's
no, it's just a big
okay.
empty
Let me try to bring it in one more time. There
no,
we go.
There it is. Yeah.
All right.
Who's usually in the middle of heavy hitting, usually doesn't get caught like this. Boy, he hit him on his keister big time.
He thought he was going to get a big hit.
The reverse hit.
The reverse. We love them.
We always love the reverse hit. Yeah.
But they all just kind of stopped doing anything after it too. I don't know what was going on there because it's not like there was a whistle.
It's like
Strome is just like, I'm going to come and slightly hug you.
But see, maybe it was rough wooing, as they call it. The rough wooing.
Yeah.
He was wooing him.
Love the reverse hits, though.
Love them, yeah. They're always good. Let's... I got a couple more. Clips if everybody out there's wanting them. This is a really nice... Weird thing to... Anyway, this is a nice sequence by the Flyers, which is a weird thing to say.
Very weird thing to say.
Team that was miserable recently, but
typically we just say Torts is pissed.
Torts is pissed, and he was about that hit. But so this is quite a neat sequence.
Flyers with a 5-1 lead and a steal. Tip it to Michkov, and he's checked by Joseph. Got the puck back, lays it up for Couturier. Back to Tippett, and they score.
It also shows how bad the
6-1
Penguins' defense is right now.
Yeah.
Flyers with a 5-1 lead.
Michkov had another funny interview after the game tonight because he scored the game winner in the shootout, and they have an interpreter for him now. But I guess I can't remember the actual quote, but it was like, I speed up, I fake shot, I then take shot, and it goes in.
It goes in. That's right. Nice, straightforward.
Guys learning a little bit more English.
Yeah, I mean, and what more is there to that than that? I mean, that's the correct description.
Well, that's like his very first interview that we saw. What English words have you learned? Back check, forecheck, paycheck.
He should also put probably STD check, but you know.
Right.
So that was, it was a nice. I mean, there is some good play going. Finally, the Flyers are actually playing some half decent stuff occasionally. After like four games without scoring, but
they're still screwed.
I don't know if there's probably no point in showing the Tortorella irate after Garnet Hathaway hit. Did we show that? We showed that.
I don't know what he was so pissed off about.
Did we show that?
It didn't seem. No, we didn't. We talked about it. We just said we would be showing it later in the show.
And he got really pissed off. But
he always gets really pissed off.
He does. This is the hit.
It's not that egregious a hit.
Trying to get up.
Transition.
Not a good scene.
As I told you right from the initial, you could see these.
Yeah, hang on.
Garnet Hathaway.
So we'll just start that again. Sorry.
Trying to get up. So this is not a good scene.
I mean, it's bad that Hathaway's hurt, but
Garnet Hathaway.
He didn't come from halfway across the ice. He hit him in the shoulder. It's not that egregious a hit.
I'm not sure it should even have been a 2-minute minor, which is what it ended up.
Trying to get up.
Hard to say. It's the second hit for everybody watching. It's the second hit that they show, not this initial one that's happening there. It's the one that happens next.
It's coming up
in the foreground.
And it's there. And actually, it's almost like Hathaway goes into him.
Right. He does throw the shoulder pretty hard, but it's not like he's skating from halfway across the ice. And maybe not on Hathaway going after him. It looked like he was skating at him. But it looked shoulder to shoulder. There was no head contact at all that I saw.
Yeah. And
on any angle, I didn't see any head contact. he just went down hard.
It wasn't even a 2-minute penalty, in my opinion, but Torts is going nuts, and he does that.
As Torts will do, though. I mean...
Yeah. Well, many of them do that. I'm wondering, some coaches, I'm always thinking they're going to stroke out, you know?
Well, it's like that video we played of Torts a few weeks ago where he's parting his players to go and scream at the ref, and the ref says something to him, and Torts immediately calms down and pats the ref on the back and climbs back. It's like...
Realized he'd gone too far, yes.
That, or he realized that they were making the call that he was upset about and just wasn't waiting for them to actually make the call or something. But
I mean, Dean Evanson's another one that I always think is on the verge of a stroke.
Yeah.
Dean Evanson, no decision ever satisfies him. No decision. He's just...
And Cooper just whines like Cooper just whines like a bitch all the time. Usually after the game.
Nothing satisfies them. Doesn't matter what it is.
Apparently every player loves playing for Cooper, though. I mean, like... everybody loves playing for Cooper. I don't get it. I mean,
I don't get it either. But
guy seems like a whiny baby to me.
So I got a couple more. It was Whalers night. WG's not with us in the... Well, not that he's saying in the chat anyway, but Rantanen actually scored on Whalers night. Yeah.
It's taken him 8 games to get 3 points.
Here is the Rantanen shot. He scores!
On a power play, of course.
Mikko Rantanen feeling right at home here on Whalers night.
Those jerseys always confuse me because I think they're Dallas Stars jerseys with the color.
I love the Whalers jerseys. I love the logo. Everything about the Whalers stuff is great.
If they could revive the Hartford Whalers, that would be great.
Yep.
What a pick! What a sound! Excellent puck movement. Svechnikov puts it to an area.
He did. Rantanen really, that was a beautiful goal. I mean, he shot it back across with the screen.
Carolina, so
it is a beauty goal.
Happy to see this. Rantanen gets an assist.
He's still going to get traded before the deadline.
I think so. I think they'd be stupid since he's had the deal and he refuses to take it.
Yeah. Oh, our great friend Dustin.
Keto Simple.
Dustin, how are you, buddy? Oops, sorry, I did that.
You keep taking it off.
You keep taking it.
Stop touching. For $2, go to bed.
Go to bed. No, not yet. We can't do that.
Give your balls a tug, Dustin.
Your balls a tug. Oh, I've now. You know, I've got one episode left to watch of Shoresy. I've only watched the 5. I haven't watched the 6th.
Is that all they're doing?
Yes.
Is it a 6-episode season?
It's a 6-episode, yeah.
Okay, then I was disappointed.
I think it's only a 6.
There was no episode that I found from today, so it probably is, but it doesn't feel like it ever got anywhere.
Well, I haven't seen the 6th, so I can't talk about that. I did think the 5th was the best episode, though, and I'll tell you why. Because it had the sequence where they all went out on the ice and just played.
Yeah.
For the, so they were in that court thing they were doing, the kangaroo court, and they went, need a reset. And they all got on the ice, and it was so heartwarming. The way that sequence was set up, they get in the ice, they're having fun, they're laughing. That's what they want to do.
Was it 4 or 5 or 6 that had the kids go do the karaoke too?
That was 4, I thought.
4.
I've
liked both karaoke sequences. I thought they've been hilarious.
But I love
doing
the
karaoke.
He's trying to get the
trying to get the hot bartender
and she is hot. She serves the beers at the game, and she's 23 and he's 19 or something. Or 18. He's not even 19. And, he's got the high forehead.
He sings the song with her name.
Yeah. The karaoke stuff's been great, but there's been some, and they had that great Raspberries song "Go All the Way" in one of the episodes. So, but 5, I think that just that one sequence in 5 of them on the ice again.
Just goofing around on the ice.
Yeah, that was the most heartwarming, best part of the whole thing. Never mind the hot girls were great, the jokes were great. That was the heart of hockey. That what they did there, and I think that was a great way they did it.
It needed about 2 more episodes for me to be happy. I thought we had a little bit more coming. Episode
now
6.
They're talking about another season though.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to finish episode 6, obviously, but we'll see what you think about it. Here was another clip from the Whalers revival. This is the puck drop.
He's going to have Eric Robinson with him, and right off of the hop.
A little bit of Four Nations.
It's Kotkaniemi and Dylan Cousins. And Kotkaniemi comes out swinging. Cousins lands a punch, but give the decision to the Canes centerman. Cousins wants to get back up, but they're going to give him the decision. And yes, Barry Kotkaniemi's got one.
It's not the greatest fight, but it's a puck drop fight. That's how you get a building fired up on a special night like that.
Hockey club is at 24, Carolina, number 82. Both players, 5 minutes of fighting. I don't think that there's a history with Cousins that I know of. I mean, yes, Barry just knows. You're in choppy waters. Waters that even Whalers would have trouble with, and this was the absolute right time to go.
He did land the one
He won the bout.
right directly across the shield.
Bench went nuts.
But yeah, that's how the game kicked off.
That's the way to go. It gets the barn going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should just thank Dustin again for that super chat. Thanks, buddy. I got a couple more clips.
Okay.
I do like the Whalers night, so that's a good one. So this is a weird sequence. This is a goalie nightmare almost, where with a bad bounce. So it's, you got to wonder. This is just the shit that happens.
You know, it's ironic, Lucky, because we're at the morning skate this morning, and the San Jose Sharks are testing the end boards and intentionally
Poor Sharks.
wide.
Yep.
Just to see how the boards would
It just bounces off the boards right in front.
That wasn't even Georgiev, was it?
It wasn't. I mean, you're thinking, what did I do this morning when I got up that caused this?
You know, it's ironic, Lucky, because we're at the morning
But it's just bad luck. What can you do?
Yeah, it's kind of like at Madison Square Garden. We saw the play where once again a stick got stuck where the Zamboni comes out.
Oh yeah,
where the blade gets stuck in the crack in the door, and somebody ran into it, got tripped. But it's just weird things that happen at different places.
Weird, and you can't legislate for that. I mean, it's bad. Fucking badly. As Mark D says, did the boards get an assist? Primary assist, yes.
Maybe should have.
They should have.
But that's not much different a weird bounce than what happened with that McKinnon goal I showed earlier, where the puck bounces off the back wall, hits the back of the net, and stays up in the air high enough to swipe it out of the air.
Yeah, and you do see, I mean, players do play for that. They do go for the bounce off the bours.
Yeah, if you know the boards are active in a certain place,
yeah,
you're practicing that in the morning, like they said.
Because a casual viewer would think, why did he shoot 2 feet wide there? No, he's trying to get the bounce off the board.
Either for a deflection or the play in the boards, yeah.
Yeah.
This was a funny fight. I'm not sure even which league this is, but it looks like it's in West Virginia, so probably the AHL. So
is this the Adirondack Thunder one, or is it? No?
Yeah. It's all fun and games till somebody punches you back.
Yeah, boom.
Punch. Are you gonna? Are you guys gonna do anything about this? No. Okay. See ya.
He looks away first.
Yeah, he looks. He's looking at the refs like, "What are you guys doing?"
Actually, it reminds me of that scene in Goon where he's looking at the coach and he's going,
"What do you want me to do? Fight him!" Ryan says that's the ECHL, the Wheeling Nailers and the Adirondack Thunder.
That's you think Boise's got a team in that ECHL, but one of our feeder teams in Dallas. But yeah, that's I had that.
I don't
one
know,
as
but
well.
that was a funny fight. It wasn't even really a fight. It was just one guy being a little bit chippy, and the other was just like, "I'm done getting hit in the face."
You know what? Screw this. Boom.
Yeah. Ding. I love the
So-
Taco Bell as well on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. I like. It's all fun and games. Somebody said it's all fun and games until you get a total of 14 penalty minutes for a misconduct for continuing the altercation after the refs broke it up and for roughing.
Yep. I've
Yeah,
got one other fight. I guess we could just do it
That was
in
my last
the
one. Yeah.
fights. What's that?
That clip I had as well. That was my last clip. So yeah.
Oh, okay. This one's McBain and Middleton. I can't remember how good a fight it is, but it's a fight.
Gloves are off now. McBain and Middleton square off at center ice.
Got two big boys. McBain lands an early right. McBain can't get a tie-up on Middleton's right now. He's just unloading on him. Well, there's some haymakers thrown here. This is a heavyweight
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there's been a few lefts in there too with the jersey.
McBain and O'Connor, I think it is, are both big fighters on the Utah team.
Big boys.
That's a big hit.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh, yeah.
whiff. That was a pretty good hit.
It's certainly going on for a while. No, he's not.
When they
down
get
yet.
up, there's one big left that comes in.
Oh, that was a good one.
Well, there's some haymakers thrown
Yeah.
here. This is a heavyweight too.
So yeah, pretty good fight.
Pretty good, yeah.
I did see that the PWHL, the Pro Women's Hockey League, had, I think, their first fight. I don't understand the point of it because everybody wears a bubble. I mean, they wear the full. So, I mean, they're sitting there
So you're gonna hurt
hitting
your
with the
knuckles.
gloves still on.
Yeah.
They're hitting full face masks.
Handbags at dawn.
It's like, okay,
Handbags at dawn. Yeah.
I don't completely hate the PWHL. It seems to have some pretty skilled players, better than what I would say the WNBA has by far.
Oh,
but
good, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, getting into a fight where you don't drop the gloves and both players have full masks on, kind of pointless. I mean, it looks like you're just play acting at that point because nothing's going to actually happen in that fight.
No, you're more likely.
You're not
to
even
hurt-
landing a hit. You're just using gloves against a face mask.
Might as well just shove.
Yeah.
Anyone
So-
that's been in a bar at night where everyone's pissed and two girls start fighting, it's handbags. Handbags at dawn.
Right.
What we used to call it, handbags at dawn. The cat fight, yeah.
That's what
Well,
I had
just-
for tonight.
That was me too. I think we'll have one more. Let's have one more. One more commercial break for the night before we end.
We recently hired a world-renowned chef in the cafeteria, but the only person who seems to understand him is Henrik Lundqvist.
Het is een uur, is voor de goed. Is voor de zoete goed. Is voor de first nuts. En is voor de zoete food.
Henrik, what do you say?
Said today's specials are pickled herring and blood corp.
Blood corp?
You know, we're a global company. It's about time our menu reflected that.
I'll just have a hamburger.
I mean, at this point, it's hard to imagine the house without him.
He is awesome.
Josh has been dressing so much better now, too.
I have.
Belt's gotta match the shoe smell. Come on, that's basic stuff.
I mean, the guy is flawless.
I'll make you smoothies. Who's in?
He might be the most important man in our lives.
Thanks for walking me home.
Sure. So I'll see you tomorrow at 7?
Yeah.
Careful. I suggest you be on your way.
Yes, sir.
Nice shift, McDonough.
Way to be out there, Stahl.
That first one, the Swedish Chef, is obviously a classic, but Steelheads, I think that's Idaho, isn't it? Isn't that the Stars feeder team? I don't know. I can never remember those things. When it gets down to below a certain level, I can't remember.
Well, I'm pretty sure he said you're right.
Yes, it's
the Idaho Steelheads are in the ACHL, and they are a Dallas
Stars
affiliate.
feeder team. Yes, exactly. So, what
I
believe,
we'll pull that one up.
Hey, I could almost drive to a game. Take me about 8 hours, but I could get there. One of these days, I want to do that. But, lovely place, Idaho. Anyway, going to get bigger.
Anyway, next week we'll be recapping all the trade deadline stuff.
Both of the trade deadlines. Both of the trades made at the trade deadline.
It'll be crazy.
It will.
I think this is going to be one of the crazier trade deadlines we've seen in a few years.
Is that because teams are looking forward to looking forward to the salary cap increase and thinking, if we get this guy, we might re-sign him?
Salary cap increase is a big part of it. And also just that it's kind of clear cut who's going to be buying and who's going to be selling for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a clump in the middle, but there is a lot down, way down, that needs to be selling. So what do you got coming up this week?
A couple of things, but just before we finish, the Kraken did beat the Canucks 6-3 in that game, and the Blackhawks beat the Ducks 6-3. Was that the other game? Devils beat Utah 3-1. All the games were over. So Vancouver slightly dented their playoff hopes.
Yep.
Coming up Monday on my channel, we're going to be talking, strangely enough, given my name, That 70s RockFan, we don't talk a lot about music because, it's because I like to do other things too, and that was just because it's my name, so who cares? So anyway, we're going to be talking Van Halen. We're going to do Van Halen, the Dave Lee Roth years. So 78
One of my
to 84.
least favorite bands of all time.
That's why you should join the show.
I hate Van Halen, all iterations of it.
And I love them deeply, but generally those early years. So we're talking Van Halen, probably do an hour or so on YouTube, and then we're going to flip over to Rumble only, so we can actually play some tunes. Play everybody's favorites. So that's what you can't do on YouTube. So it's going to be a bit of a split show with the YouTube stream ending after we've had the chat part. But also during the week on Wednesday morning, I'll be hosting a show on the Rock and Roll Rowdies channel, my roadie friends, who've the last one we did has had quite a few thousand views. So we're gonna see if we can keep that rolling. Yeah, keep rolling. They're getting a lot of new subs, a lot of views. They're trying to get a lot of stuff going with their great stories about their time on the road. So we're just going to keep hitting that one. And other than that, well, just the usual shit, Comics Division, etc. How about you, my friend?
Well, we're going to be sending the chat over to Zach's, where I don't think that we're invited anymore because they've got 10 people on the panel right now, including one Culture Casino, who was in our chat and apparently decided to bounce over onto Zach's.
We should try and get in to see if we can get him to drop out.
Yeah. So we'll be sending you over to Zach's.
Yes.
What is it? 10:55. So in 11 and a half hours, we will be doing the bullpen, where tomorrow I've got Mad Mardigan and Slender Dad again helping co-host while Chad is out of town. And we will be talking about this whole Zelensky situation and the U.S. And it should be an hour and a half of very interesting takes. So
the end of the old world order. NATO.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Go on.
It's crazy that so many people are upset with Trump for not wanting to just jump in feet first into World War III. So
Yeah,
that's
World
what
War
we'll be
III's
talking about.
World War III's all the rage these days. Nuclear annihilation is all the rage.
Yep. So
All the
that's
smart
what
all the
that's what's
smart
going on in the
people
morning.
want it, you know.
Well, in Trump's first term, it was he's going to start World War III. He'll get us into proxy wars and a whole bunch of other things. Now, in the second term of Trump, it's like, well, you can't let him stop a proxy war, and we should definitely be trying to go straight into World War III. I don't know why he won't join up
You know,
with everybody.
Brahma,
So
experts have said that World War III would be good for democracy.
that'd be good for globalist and supposed climate change,
Maybe
because
it's
you
the
get rid of half
rapture.
the people on the planet.
Maybe it's the rapture. Who knows?
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's what I got coming up. But thank you all for joining us. I'm not going to do the intro as an outro because we don't want to make you wait all the way through an outro just to get sent over to the chat. We'll
in
just
other words,
send
just
you
get
on over.
lost.
Make sure you make some noise when you get over to Zax's channel. Let him know that the raid came in. And thank you
Yeah.
everybody for being here tonight.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a great night.
Yep. Later, everybody.
See ya.